cold. The warrior of light. One brings shadow, one brings light. Two-toned echoes tumbling through time. Brings soul wasted dead cast aside. Knowing all when it's
Microphone? Almost got it. Alright. It's SETI. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Welcome in. I hope you're having a really good day. My goodness, I am ready to just get distracted by this story and just have a good time. It was weird taking the entire weekend off. I've really been missing the game. Got my coffee cup here today. It's a little bit larger than what I'm normally drinking out of. Bear with me. It looks fucking ridiculous in the webcam, jeez. Alright. I think I can manage to sit that down with one hand. I do apologize about Friday. I had a lot of personal stuff going on, and I had to I had no choice but to cut off the stream while I think we were in the middle of a cutscene. But because I didn't want to miss out on whatever was in that cutscene and not have it on here, I just shut down my computer in the middle of the cutscene, so that we should be able to see it again, hopefully. And by that, just hopefully pick up right where we left off. Super excited, honestly. Yeah, I haven't, I've had a very, very long weekend. I haven't had any coffee yet today. I just got around to breakfast about an hour ago. I think I started eating around 6. So we've got our first coffee of the day. So we're compensating, I think, a little bit. A very big mug. I actually started watching a streamer that does music. I believe her name is Danielle Allard, maybe? I'm not sure how that's pronounced. But I found her stream and stayed just because she had this big giant mug. I'm not from Canada, obviously. I feel like that's pretty clear. But I did go a few years ago and I got this mug from, I think, Dollarama, I want to say. And I love it. So when I saw that mug on there, I was like, I love that. And it just reminded me that I had it. And today seems like a good day. As good of a day as any to use it. Sorry if my starting soon screen was on for a bit. I had to run and make my coffee really fast. But yeah. I guess we will just pick up in this cutscene. I'm trying to remember exactly what was going on. I believe we were here with one of the Numo distributing this tonic amongst the people that Alize and Isleen, rest in peace, were here taking care of, that were turning into Sin Eaters. And we're gonna try and help them. It's not looking very good for those that are more far along, though. But we'll see what happens. Alright. I suspect the Crystal Exarch has told you of my past. That I was once a mage of the royal court of Obert, and that soulcraft was my field of study. Tonic you administer to the patients. Here is one of the fruits of my labors. I hoped to do great things for the kingdom. But in the end, my knowledge was brought only suffering, a plague the like of which none has ever seen. In the hands of unscrupulous men, what should have been my greatest triumph instead became my greatest shame. I think I said the one about redeeming yourself. Not that if that was her fault, I'm sure. I don't know, I wasn't there. That I do. A comforting thought indeed. But let us return to the task at hand, finding a means by which we might revitalize these people's incorporeal aether. Do you think it can be done? Were the skies still ablaze with primordial light, I would call it an exercise in futility. But now we may have a chance. The method I have in mind will entail the conjuring of a familiar. They are able to amplify the energies poured into them, making them the perfect conduit for the aether revitalizing magics we will ultimately employ. If you're about to launch into a lengthy explanation of the metaphysics of your plan, don't bother. I'd rather get on with doing whatever it is that needs to be done, if it's all the same to you. Whatever reagents must be procured, or spells invoked, I'll do it. I admire your spirit. Very well. Your first task will be to gather the necessary materials. The purest of waters and the finest of clays, as well as a fey lantern brimming with pixie magic. If you're convinced the resulting familiar could help with the patients, fine. Alphino, the water and clay will be simple enough. But I think you know what we'll have to do to get the lantern. You don't mean... Pixies took quite a liking to us before. If we humor them with our company, I'm sure they will be willing to help us. Fine. We'll pay a visit to Ilmeg, though I never thought you would be the one to suggest going back there. I'm impressed you've been there at all, let alone befriended the Faefolk. Oh, while you're about it, seek out the Numo of Pla-Eni. They'll be able to supply you with water suitable for our needs. Right. Let's get this over with, shall we? What's my job going to be? There still remains the matter of the clay. Might I prevail upon you to find it? Oh, I don't get to go to Ilme. Sheesh. That's alright. Clay from Amarang would likely be best. Know you of anyone who might be able to assist us? I don't know. Someone. I'm sure. I make friends everywhere I go. And enemies. Sometimes. But mostly friends. Ah yes. They'll be able to point you in the right direction, I'm sure. While you and the twins are occupied, I will see if there's aught else I can learn of the stagnation which afflicts the people here. Alright. Where are we going? We can't go all the way to Twine. Oh well, it's worth the teleport, I think. We're a bit of a ways away. I'm not really sure how far through this patch we got Friday. We'll see how far we get today. Euconics. Well, what a coincidence. You've come at a good time. We've just this moment finished repairing the Talos and trolley you took to Navatharang. The trolley was no trouble, but the Talos would have been another matter had we not had a visit from Master Chai. He offered us a share of the leftover building materials from Daedalus Stoneworks, as well as a few trade secrets to help us along. Clever man, that Chai knows. I'm pretty keen on the ideas I had for putting the giant Talos to work. Like a giant trolley, but Magnus still refuses to see all the good we could do with it. Poor guy, he just likes trolleys. You're entitled to your dreams, Jarek, but that doesn't mean you can go harassing our guests about them. Master Chai was just being polite. And something tells me Muconics didn't come all this way to talk about trolleys. What is it you need, my friend? I see. And this familiar requires clay from Amarang. Well, look no further. If you can find some quality clay, if anyone can find quality clay, it's us. Saying that, it isn't exactly a commodity nowadays. There must be some lurking somewhere or another, waiting to be dug up. If I'm not mistaken, there was a time when they used to take clay from Mount Huron mines to make adobe bricks. The place is swarming with coyotes now, but if you're after the good stuff, you could do worse than look down there. I guess we're gonna go look for the good stuff. Mug is ridiculous. It's so funny. Okay. We're gonna take this. Southern Hills of Amber. Central? No, we're not. We'll just have to get there on our own, I think. Guess we'll just go up here and check that way. It's not far, we just have to figure out how to get to that side. that be just traveling across here? Just walking? Oh, so. That's fine. Can't hurt to try, I guess. Seems like a good enough plan. This seems right. This is nearly, I think, half a pot of coffee in my coffee maker, I think. It's one of the Ninja coffee, whatever, bar ones. Makes a fair bit of coffee, so half a pot is a good deal. A good deal of coffee, I mean. Good amount. Good deal would imply that I'm like, I have to like pay per cup. Good deal on coffee. I kind of thought this would be quite a bit more of a hassle, so. Not really trying to go after the big bird fate. Especially considering I'm already 80. What do I have to gain, right? Okay. Alright, so now where do we go back to? I feel like we were somewhere over... Yeah. The inn at Journey's Head. The inn at Journey's Head. Alright. Okay. Daytime here now. Twins have returned, and in one piece at that. I was convinced the pixies would turn at least one of them into a garden ornament. No. Now we're all friends. You have the clay, I take it? Nope. Wonderful. We need but to combine the clay in the water, then the heat mixture with the fate lantern. After that, it will be a simple matter of settling upon a suitable form and performing the necessary incantation. Eklug, I have a question. In the event that we had need of this spell and you weren't around, would it be possible for another to perform the incantation? Assuming they possessed the requisite skill, yes. Alric and the others have already suffered so much, and I swore to do everything in my power to save them. If there is a chance this spell could do that, I would be the one to invoke it. Mayhap you should be the one to do so. A deep understanding of the subject's physical state, combined with a strong desire to help them, can drastically increase the magic's effect. And you are plainly more familiar with these people than I. I dare say there are a few in all of Norvrant more dedicated to finding a cure. Is that not so, Mekonix? Yeah, that's very true. I'm just worried she'd have a really emotional reaction I guess, if it went wrong. I'll give it my all for Halric and for Tisleen. We are all of a mind on the matter. Alisaie should be the one to conjure the familiar. Good for her.
Let us begin.
Okay.
I trust you've prepared the clay?
I got it. Oh, okay. Oh, a scribble form. That's what she meant.
Now, I would have you sculpt for me a porksy. Plump, with floppy ears and a short curly tail.
A dog?
Porksy. I think I know what you mean.
A dog?
There we are. How's that?
Ooh, not a dog. Very scary.
Well, it is certainly creative. There's no denying that.
Oh, she's gonna be so pissed.
Yes, I'm no artist. Very funny.
Very funny.
Pay him no mind, child. Though it may look like a grotesque parody of reality, it is what the invoker believes that matters.
You're not helping.
But I speak the truth. If successful, this incantation will turn imagination into reality. Which is why the only thing of import is what you believe this figure embodies. You must focus. Hold the Porksy's image steady in your mind's eye. Now then, as I taught you, relax and allow your energies to flow.
I hope this goes well.
With flesh of clay I bid thee rise, on wings of dreams to touch the skies. What once was idle fantasy, I call forth to reality.
Kind of reminds me of Dragon Tales. I wish with all my might. Oh my gosh. Wasn't that just the cutest thing?
Not bad for a first attempt. Now, let us see what can be done for young Halric. Through the operation of the magics you invoked to animate this familiar, it is now replete with the energies required to stir the boy's soul.
Cured by winged ear pig. What a nice way.
You need but give it a name, and it will do as your heart desires.
What will she name it? Tisleen?
A name. All right, I've decided. Now. Go, Angelo!
Angelo. Got a little Pokemon. Used to cure the Sin Eater boy. It was... very effective.
Mother,
Oh my god, that's right. Didn't he kill his family? Forgot about that. Rough life to wake back up to, I guess, but better than dying at this little camp, I suppose. How is he, Becklug? Did it work? I believe it did. Even your fledgling familiar have done well. If my eyes do not deceive, a hint of color has returned to his soul. Gods, I would jump for joy if I weren't so exhausted. We're so close now, Halrig. As you are even now in the process of discovering this magic asks much of the invoker. What you may have not realized is that the same is also true of the subject. As such, we must proceed with caution. However, with further treatment, I have the utmost confidence the boy will make a full recovery. Observing the reanimation of his stagnant soul has been most enlightening. I will need to put my theories to the proof, but I believe I can fashion a spell to produce the opposite effect. That is, to induce stagnation, thus enabling our safe transport back to the source via Auracite. Ah, interesting. And very worrying. It sounds very dangerous. A thought occurred to me about this treatment. Becklug said when the soul is rendered dormant, the mind is separated from the body, that a person becomes incapable of interacting with the world around them. Does that not sound a lot like some of the tempered back in the source? Not really. It is the fate of most tempered to become slaves to primals, save in a handful of cases. Or am I missing something? If I can master this technique, the art of revitalizing the soul, I know of at least one in the source who could desperately use such treatment. Oh, Gabu. Exactly. His condition is uncannily similar to Halric's, is it not? The only difference being that his soul was suffused with earth-aspected aether instead of light. It follows that if his soul is subject to a similar kind of stagnation, there might be a chance we can save him. Right? Forgive me, but who is this Gabu fellow of whom you speak? Oh. I see. His condition does sound similar, yet there is much and more about the soul that remains unknown even to me. I say that not to discourage you, you understand, but to remind you that this is delicate work we do here. Work requiring patience. Of course, and as long as there is hope for the patients here, I will devote whatever time is needed to see this through. But I refuse to spend that time in idleness. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to stay here with Angelo and continue with their treatment. The two of you should return to the Crystarium with Becklug and see if you can't make some headway with the newly posited theories. I would tell you to rest first, but I see you're not to be convinced. Ah, the fire of youth. Let us return to the Crystarium then. Finally, I found you. Who's looking? Oh. Kaishir, what are you doing all the way out here? Ah, something's wrong. Something had to be wrong. There's trouble back in Yulmore? Lady Chai's beside herself, sighing, pacing, the whole lot. Near enough begged me to go and find you. Sighing and pacing, you say? Must be urgent. I take it I will be returning to the Crystarium alone. Go on then. It's not as if I have anything here for you to do. Thank you, Becklug. Sorry for bothering you and all that, but she says the future of Yulmore is at stake. Let's see what that quest is about. How are you doing after your weekend? I'm doing okay. It's been a rough one. But I'm doing alright, and welcome in, Auroras. I hope you're having a good day. We are continuing right where we left off with the main story. I am doing the best I can right now. Hope you're having a good day. And welcome in, Denny H. There's a very cute little otter, maybe? I can't see very well from here, but it's super cute. And how are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. We are continuing where we very abruptly left off Friday. Hello again, lady. How are you today? I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing pretty good. I'm hoping that a nice bit of Final Fantasy story will kind of improve how I'm doing. So that's what we're here doing today. Lady Chai's up in the parlor. Best not keep her waiting, eh? What we're gonna say. Let's go. Alright, we'll just teleport straight there. Why do anything else, right? Got my jumbo cup of coffee today. I don't think I've ever used this mug on here before. It's a bit ridiculous. I got it in Canada, if that wasn't clear. If it doesn't advertise that on every single side of the mug. Looks like a decent sized cup. Yeah, it's a try not to spill it. It doesn't say. It's probably at least a good 30 or so, if not more, ounces. It's holding about almost half a pot of coffee. My coffee maker makes quite a bit. Half a pot is a good deal of coffee. Pretty nice size. It's needed today, which is fine. Well, not here seems out of the ordinary, though I do not see Lady Chai anywhere. Probably pacing around outside again, staring off into the distance and all that. Sighing. Strange. Let's see if we can find her and discover the source of her distress. Out here, possibly? Yeah. Wonder what's wrong. I know, who was it? We just went to talk to them about the mines. I know he said that, her husband was around there, so maybe he's not come back or something? Don't know.
here.
Lady Chai, whatever is the matter?
What's wrong?
I knew not where else to turn. Oh, this is all too much for my poor heart to bear alone.
Alone? What of Master Chai?
Yep. He's gone off somewhere.
But that is the very reason I summoned you. He's gone.
What? What happened?
It all began after the events at Mount Gulg. With Lord Vorthry out of the way, we all agreed that a new leader must be chosen.
Makes sense.
And so you held an election?
Yes, well, sort of. Not a single person volunteered to stand, you see. After a lifetime of leisure, we free citizens have grown somewhat indolent. Readapting to the harsh realities of life is trying enough, but to take charge of a broken city as well? No one wanted such responsibility. Nevertheless, Yulmore could not well do without a leader, and so we decided that anyone and everyone should be considered a candidate. And after we cast our ballots and tallied the votes, the mayorship fell upon my dear husband.
Well, given the manner in which he orchestrated the construction of the giant Talos, none could deny his leadership qualities.
But even before then, he had proven himself at Daedalus Stoneworks, don't forget. He is more than qualified for the role. The perfect choice.
We just ran away from it?
Indeed. I told him as much when his victory was first announced. But perhaps I was too forceful in my attempt to encourage him. For shortly after that, he vanished without a word.
Well, didn't we learn in that one little mini game that he responds best to indirect encouragement? Maybe she was too direct. You look more rested today, indeed. I appreciate that. I definitely don't feel very rested after my weekend, but things are certainly more calm here in a way, I guess. So that could certainly be the case. And I'm sure the coffee's helping. This is only like a bucket of coffee, practically.
You believe he was so daunted by the burden of leadership that he felt compelled to flee? Please, Lady Chai, dry your eyes. Your husband does not strike me as the sort of man who would abandon his duty, much less his beloved wife. There has to be some other reason for his absence.
You truly think so?
I feel like she could lead everybody. I feel like she has a very strong personality.
What about you? What do you think has become of my husband?
We're the only one that knows he was around there helping, right? With the other Talos. We don't mention it. Okay. Magnus. That's who we were talking to.
And there you have it, Lady Chai. You needn't worry. Master Chai loves you more than all the world, and he will return.
It's true.
Wherever he may have gone, rest assured we will find him.
Sneeze.
Thank you, my dear boy. You have set my mind at ease. I will trust in my husband and await his return.
I love anything with Popito in the name. Oh man, not the inventory. Yeah, I apologize. I had literally no time to do anything with it over the weekend. I'll get it sorted out. I've got some more time to be on the game now, so I should be able to get on here tonight and oh, nobody's appeared yet. I was gonna run away. I guess they are bound to appear at some point. There's Kaishir. I did have one of the rather lengthier login queues than I've had in a bit, though. I think it was maybe 70 something when I got on here. I'm sorry for letting the loud ass cutscene play at the beginning, by the way. I didn't think about it when I just opened the game and ran upstairs to make my coffee. Normally I'm logged in before that. There's a Lalafell following me. Send help. I don't know what to tell you. They're pretty persistent. Might just have to outrun them. Which shouldn't be hard because very small. Makes no sense for Master Chai to have left without a word. But even if he had, he would not have done so unobserved. Someone here will have seen something. I'm sure of it. We should split up and inquire as to whether anyone saw him leave, or, failing that, if they have any idea where he might have gone. I'll meet you at the Glory Gate to compare notes later on. Master Chai? Well, yes, I spoke with him recently, though I recall he was in a rather dour mood. Concerned about Eulmore's neglect of industry, you see. With Lord Vothry's apparently inexhaustible stores of mule, and no great need for money, it's little wonder our businesses were all but forgotten under his rule. But I assured Master Chai, the Boutique of Splendors, will do all it can to contribute to the revival right here in Eulmore, which seemed to satisfy him. He took his leave soon after. Your exchange with Moan has taught you about the stagnant state of business in Eulmore. Okay. Where are we going now? Okay, we just gotta go through all the levels. Gotcha. Let's see if I even have a chance of remembering how to get everywhere. And that's pretty. I just like how the light was shining through. Oh no, they're both there. Okay. I guess I could have just teleported to where he was talking about. See, I can't navigate this place for shit. Thank you for letting me jump. My goodness. Need to be a quick work around, I think. Nice. I forgot it had a lower floor. Yeah, since I just got that access to attune to that big aetheryte I'm not used to coming into the city from that point, if that makes sense. This one should be here. I guess it's a little bit further in. Ah. Would have seen that if I went down the stairs correctly. Looking for Master Chai, are you? Is something amiss? When last I saw him, he seemed ready to collapse from exhaustion. I insisted he rest and catch his breath, and we talked for a while about his concerns over the city's defenses, amongst other things. He made more than a few valid points. Many of our men are still recovering after your confrontation with Lord Vothry, and finding General Ranjit in a heap in the middle of the plaza shook us all to the core. Sorry. Kind of necessary. The man commanded no small amount of loyalty, and some of our strongest serving soldiers seemed lost without him. Indeed, a number of them left. Not that we blame you, of course. Without you and yours, we would still be blind to the error of our ways. Anyway, funding permitting, I proposed replenishing our ranks with volunteers from the derelicts and Gate Town. We have a duty to protect not only Eulmore, you see, but the surrounding regions of Calusia as well. And why are they not letting those people in now? I mean, it's not the same, like, dumb exclusivity, but I guess we're not in danger out there anymore. That was the whole thing. You're right. Never mind. I told myself I'm right. But yeah. The surrounding regions of Calusia as well, and I for one would welcome any man or woman willing to take up arms for that cause. Indeed, I told him as much, and he seemed relieved to hear it. It was on that note that we parted ways. Headed outside, as I recall. Your exchange with Cornine has taught you about the perilous state of Eulmore's defenses. Well, it doesn't sound like anything's in a very good state here, is it? Oh, to navigate the city. That's okay, we figured it out, we got there. But I recall a man fit in that description. Asked to speak with the poor buggers lately. Come from right. And he wanted to know the state of things down in the derelicts. And you can be sure we gave him an earful. Lack of food, medicine, clothing. There's plenty to tell. We hunt high and low for whatever we can scavenge, and it's barely enough to fill our bellies. But folk here don't just want to survive. They want to thrive. That's fair. That's what everybody in the city's been doing for however long. Well, besides being fed little senior bits. When we heard that, he started mumbling to himself. Something about finding us work, I think. Fair play to him, though. Not content with having his ear chewed off about the derelicts. He asked about the other settlements and all. After that, I can't really say. Looked like he was headed for Gate Town when I last saw him. Your exchange with Hathenbed has taught you about the poor living conditions of Calusia's downtrodden. Alright. Speak with Alphanu. Let's see if we can find our way back to where we just teleported from. Considering I decided to jump down on all the roofs, take that path. There he is. Kaishir as well. Oh, there you are. How did you fare? You learned anything which might offer a clue as to Master Chai's whereabouts? Yes, I wrote it all down for some reason, because I do that now. Interesting. He apparently paid a visit to the Queen Bee as well. They discussed the possibility of granting admission to customers from outside Eulmore, an idea to which the proprietor was surprisingly receptive. Sounds like he's got big plans for the place. Eulmore, I mean, not the bee. Perhaps. But the question remains, where did he go after leaving the city? I don't know. Literally couldn't tell you. All we know for certain is that Master Chai has shown a great concern not only for Yulmore, but its surrounding settlements. It seems logical then. Having consulted within the city walls, he would wish to do the same for those without. Euconics? You would go make inquiries in Right. I shall do likewise in Stilltide. Gate Town I leave to you, Gaishir. Fair enough. Where should we meet when we finished? Well, Top Rung would seem to me be his most likely destination. Next, most likely destination. Sorry. Let us reconvene there. With any luck, one of us will have stumbled upon him by then, but if not, we will be well situated to continue our search. Right. A book. No, it wasn't funny. Nope. I actually do miss writing. It's a really relaxing thing to do when you don't have deadlines. That's why I didn't find it relaxing, because I did creative writing all through high school. Deadlines make it a little less fun, but really nice. Swear there's a single gnat down here and he's dormant until I go to stream and then he pops right back out. That's so funny. Slot. Slot. No. No, the name doesn't ring any bells. But there was a rather dapper looking Mistil gentleman here not long ago. He wanted to talk about relations between Wright and Yulmore, or rather the lack of them. We lost a great many people to their promises of mule and the chance of a lavish life among the free. And Vothri thought to take even more from us, conscripting the few able-bodied men we have left to guard his paradise. I needn't tell you what happened when the Sin Eaters came. Such things are hard to forgive. But Vothri's gone now, and we're curious to see what will become of Yulmore in its absence. What I told your friend. Nuz, was it? And I'm sure the others said the same. Not what you wanted to hear, I suppose, but he left soon after, and that was that. Interesting. Okay, we were just gonna speak to one person there. Works for me. I'm surprised that we still haven't seen any details about Island Sanctuary from the last live letter, I think. But I'm excited. I like the air of surprise that's surrounding it. Makes it feel very mysterious. Column's pretty cute, not gonna lie. So he paid a visit to both Wright and Gatetown as well, did he? See, Kaishir and I gleaned much the same. He seems determined to salvage what goodwill might yet remain among the settlements of Calusia. The only likely place he has left to go behind being Amity. Come, if we are quick, we may yet catch up with him. Alright, when I drink more of my coffee, I start trying to talk really fast on accident. Where are we going? Okay. Where are we going? Amity. Well, we're headed there. Be alone. I don't want to fight today, please. Right, I remember to make my Instagram post, but I forgot to post it on my store. Doing that really quickly. Okay. We found him. He's not lost or dead, so that's good. I guess technically that means he didn't run away from his responsibility. He's been talking to everybody about stuff he can fix and work on. That's good. Iconics, Alphino, Kaishir, what are you doing here? We might ask you the same, Master Chai. We've been looking all over for you. Looking for me? Whatever for? Lady Chai has been nigh inconsolable in your absence. She claims you disappeared without so much as a word, and bade us return you to her side. What in blazes are you talking about? I left a letter for her in our chambers. Though I suppose she could have overlooked it. Oh, you gotta leave it in a really obvious place, man. And when she gets an idea into her head, I can only apologize. No harm done, Master Chai. But since we are here, might I ask what compelled you to come all this way? You were told you had been elected mayor, and from what we gathered from the nearby villages, you may have been inquiring about the people's grievances. Is it safe to assume you mean to take office? Now, let's not jump to conclusions. I did seek to learn about the problems faced by the people of Clusia, how much is true, but I am by no means sure I'm the man to solve them. Tackling our many challenges will require resources, and until I've secured them, it would not be right to assume the role of mayor. I see. And do you believe said resources can be found here? Indeed. People's grievances are many, but in the course of my inquiries, I have already met with several individuals willing to lend their aid in addressing them. However, there remains one individual crucial to my plans, a man whose counsel might yet make a mayor of me. Hi Janara, welcome in. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a nice day. Welcome in. Respect. Such forethought is, in itself, proof of your suitability. The city needs you, Master Chai, and I'm certain this man of whom you speak, whoever he may be, will reach the same conclusion. For what little it is worth, we will vouch for you should he require convincing. Whatever you need, you can count on us. Well, that's a big mug. Yeah, it was kind of ridiculous one that I got from Dollarama in Canada. Some days, I don't think I've ever actually used it for coffee, but it was really necessary today, so I broke it out. I don't know what to say. You don't need to say anything. You've got your actions to speak for you. It is a bit bigger than the mug I'm normally using, isn't it? For as long as I can remember, all I ever wanted was to make it to Yulmore. But that dream's gone now. Or it's like a bubble. Or a boil, more like. Anyway, outside of repaying Master Alphino, I haven't had a clue what to do with myself. Spent most of my days in a daze. But you've been running up and down trying to find a way to fix this mess for everyone. And I reckon you can do it. You got this lot up to Mount Gulg, didn't you? How hard could mayoring be? You're going to steer Yulmore to a better future, I know it. And I want to help, properly help, do something that makes a difference. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll work it out on the way. If you let me come with you, that is. Give me entirely too much credit, a lot of you. But I can't deny it gives me heart. Come then, let us press on together. Thank you, Master Chai. But we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. Yulmore needs more than a man with good intentions, which is why I am here. Find one with the experience needed to see the city thrive. Who is this man, exactly? And are you certain he's here in Amity? Rendon is his name, and yes, he is. Or was. I'd scarcely begun to explain myself when he decided his time was better spent elsewhere. He served as chief advisor to Vothri's father when he was in office. If Ranjit was the mayor's right hand, one might say Rendon was the left. And between them, they kept Yulmore on the road to prosperity. The city needs more than a mere man of business, which is why I must find him. But even if you do, what makes you think he will listen? Before giving chase, might it not be wise to speak with those who know him here in Amity? They may be able to shed some light on his reason for rejecting your overtures out of hand. Yes, I suppose that makes sense. Perhaps we should start with Tristel then. As I recall, you made a rather favorable impression on him. I'm certain he would be willing to talk to us. Kind of feels like I'm drinking coffee out of a bucket. Greetings, friend. And to you, Master Chai. I presume you are here to ask after Rendon? Couldn't help overhearing your earlier exchange. Yes, well, with Vothri gone, Yulmore wants for a leader. Should no one rise to the challenge, the city could very well collapse. I came here seeking Rendon's counsel in the hope that we could build a better Yulmore together, and that is still my wish. But given how abnormally you were mistreated there, I will quite understand if you chose not to help. Worry not, Master Chai. I bear no grudge against you or the people of Yulmore, and I would not see you suffer for Vothri's villainy. As you no doubt gathered from your meeting earlier, Rendon can be rather uncompromising. He has principles, you see, and little patience for anyone he deems less committed to their own. Your desire to right the wrongs of your past, of Yulmore's past, is quite admirable, but I fear the guilt you bear on the city's behalf works against you. I can see it in your eyes, in the way you carry yourself. It goes without saying, he sees it as well. You must let those feelings go, Master Chai. Be more assertive, commit to this course, and prove to him Yulmore has the resolve to change. The resolve to change. I believe he was heading towards Pit 8 when he left. If you plan to go and speak with him, I suggest you be firm and clear in your intentions. Very well. To pit 8 we shall go, and I will not take no for an answer. Nay, not even a maybe. Now he's determined. Now he's ready. Okay. Whee! Music here at nighttime is quite nice. Gold canoe. Ugh. That, however, not nice. Not very nice. Leave me alone.
Well, well, it's you again. Well, I see you've invited your friends. Need them to fight your battles for you, do you?
That's mean.
I didn't invite them, as it happens, though they are indeed my friends. Well, not only mine, but every true Yulmoran's.
More conviction there. Come on.
They are the ones who
There you
awakened
go.
us to the truth, to Lord Forthry's villainy, the famous warriors of darkness.
There we go. Kaishir is not really included there, but...
Yes, they are. It would be no exaggeration to call them our saviors. We owe much and more to their kindness, but we cannot depend on that kindness forever. To do so would be a little different from entrusting our affairs to Lord Forthry. Nay, we must learn to stand on our own 2 feet. And I would have them present to witness my attempt.
Hear, hear, Master Chai.
He said.
Your sentiments are admirable. Yet admirable sentiments do not a nation make. In my capacity as advisor, I once strove to build a better Yulmore. Gave honest counsel to my superiors, drafted laws for the benefit of one and all. But in time, my values fell out of favor. There was no need for them in this paradise Forthry was creating. And so I left my homeland behind. But you, Chai News, you
Right,
were
that gnat
content
scared the
to
shit out of
wallow
me.
in indolence under Forthry's auspices. And so I cannot help but ask myself what manner of nation you intend to build.
A good one.
I can offer no simple answer to that question.
Daddy, come on.
But this much I will say. It is my hope that Yulmore can become a nation which her citizens might freely choose to build together. A great many people, myself included, flocked to Yulmore seeking sanctuary. The alternative being to live in fear and die in pain seemed an easy choice. And sanctuary we found. As much food and drink as we could ever want, secured at the cost of the surrounding villages. Little wonder the people gathered at our doorstep, begging to work among the bonded. The free were blind to it all, of course, content to, as you say, wallow in indolence, in ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
Were I mayor, I would first take stock of the city's resources and see that they were assigned equitably. Our days of reckless consumption are behind us.
Here we go. Solid claims. That's what's going to help our case.
The distinction between free and bonded died with Vor3. The needs of rich and poor alike must be considered if our nation is to survive.
Good, good.
To which end I would take steps to secure channels for supplies, rekindle relations with nearby settlements, re-establish industry, reach out to neighboring nations, and the list goes on and on. But I am no ruler, nor even a politician. I am an entrepreneur. My expertise lie in planning and profit. I haven't the knowledge or experience to run a nation. Please, Rendon, will you not help me? Together, we could solve the city's
Looks like
problems.
5.1.
Build a Yulmore for the people.
Yeah, we started the first patch right after Shadowbringers 5.1 Friday, yeah. That's where I'm at. Okay.
A Yulmore for the people. I'd rather like the sound of that.
What is a place for if not for its people? What sense would that make?
But before I offer you my counsel, I would be certain of your ability to perform the duties of office. You would? You ask me to help you solve Yulmore's problems, but first I would see you solve one on your own. Accomplish that, and you will prove both to me and the people that you are a man worth following.
Yeah, right then. Is there a particular issue you would have me resolve? You seem to have conducted an assessment of the problems of Yulmore. The problems Yulmore faces. I assume you will agree, therefore, that the matter of dwindling food stores is the most pressing. Yes. Fuel being neither a desirable nor less sustainable option, I assume alternative foodstuffs are now required to fill the void. And a man who hungers is not like to contribute much to society. Say violence, perhaps. So tell me, how do you propose to solve this problem? Give me a satisfactory answer, and I will consider offering you my counsel. Combination of measures would seem to be in order. One to address the immediate issue of supply, and another that of production. Go on. For the present, Yulmore's coffers can be used to purchase food from our neighbors. This would afford us time to address the underlying problem that affects us all, the long-standing neglect of agriculture. The villages that once served as sources of trade for foodstuffs must be repopulated, their means of production restored. This assumes, of course, that we can rekindle relations with our neighbors, guarantee security and stability of the region, and most importantly, find people willing to leave the city and take up the rebuilding effort. My, think of all that by yourself, did you? Well, yes. It began as a rather abstract plan I drafted some time ago, after speaking with the peoples of Yulmore and the nearby settlements. You've impressed me, China's. I have? Well, that is a relief. Oh, you haven't secured my support just yet. Only my attention. Grand plans will not be enough to persuade the masses. If you would ask them to rebuild, you must provide the means to do so. A fair point, Rendon. And one to which I have given much thought. Propose the use of Talos to aid in the establishment and maintenance of these settlements. Their employment should drastically improve efficiency and ultimately increase production. Talos. But Talos stoneworks closed their doors years ago. Without a ready supply of necessary equipment, the people would starve before your plans could be put into effect. Well, as the heir to Dallas Stoneworks, it just so happens that Talos are my field of expertise. And with a little help, I'm quite certain we can all acquire what we need in no time at all. I go do some shopping. Waiters Mew and have fun. See ya. Have fun shopping, and thank you for stopping in. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bum, 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 bum. I don't know. Going to be using Big Rockman. Rendon is quite right. Building Talos from scratch would require time we simply do not have. Which is why I propose to make use of the long-abandoned Talos which wander the wilds of Calusia. I can go up to the little enemy ones. Say, Brap, come here, you help him. They will need to be deactivated, of course, and if memory serves, the tools required to do so should still be at top rung. Come with me. We're gonna go all the way to top rung, and then we're gonna come all the way back here. Yeesh. Might as well walk, huh? Not that far. Feels like a long walk, but I can tell from the map it's not really. I haven't really had much time to get on here since Friday, so I don't think I've done much on here really. We would go around the wrong side, wouldn't we? Silly. Aha, old memory hasn't let me down. This chest contains canisters filled with dastardly potent insulating powder, capable of halting the flow of aether and Talos. We need only get within throwing distance of one and let fly, thus disabling them without damaging them. Ingenious. An old trick of the trade, nothing more. Once disabled, it should be a simple enough matter to get them to march to Yulmore. More extensive repairs can wait. Ordinarily, this is where I would ask you to run along and do the deed, but as I have said before, it's high time we learn to stand on our own 2 feet. Thankfully, throwing canisters is something even I should be able to manage. Come off it, Master Chai. Even if the Talos ain't a threat, there's 101 other things out there that will waiting to make a meal of you. That's as may be, Kaishir, but Rendon tasked me with solving this problem, and I will not sit idly by while the others risk everything to see my harebrained schemes realized. Not this time. Which isn't to say that the mere thought of it doesn't fill me with dread. Truth be told, I can't feel my legs. But if I'm to prove I'm a man worth following, must lead by example. Well said, Master Chai. Here, here. Sure. Keep it positive, I guess. Yes, well, it should go without saying that I have no intentions of dying for this. I've always preferred living to see the fruits of my labors. And to make sure I do so, I will require your help. It is as Kaishir says. These lands are dangerous if one is not careful. I would ask you to use my spyglass to look out for any beasts that could get in the way of my work. I will also need you to alert me when it is safe to subdue the Talos. Understood? Sounds like one of those little look and zoom in puzzles. I like those though. Good. Then let's be off to the quick way through the north gate and see if we can find a suitable vantage point for you. Look out for danger and alert China's when it's safe to incapacitate the Talos. You may move the spyglass, so I'll zoom in and out. Okay. Got it. Feel like I can figure that out. I guess trying to be a good time, right? Oh, jeez. I'm supposed to click him. I got it. Bring it back, bitch. Go, go, go. Interesting tiny mini game, but it makes me feel more involved, so fun. Jeez. I hope it doesn't fall backwards. I did it? I did it. Let's move on to another Talos, shall we? Go, 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 go. I do believe I'm getting the hang of this. To be careful of those other enemies. We leave the next one to be Buconics. I have been literally leaving them all to you. Oh, he meant I didn't have to do the little mini game. Aha, that should do it. Now all I have to do is proceed. Now we have all we need to proceed. I'm surprised that went as well as it did. Ba-dum-ba-da. Good for him. Alright. I can scarcely believe it. It was a reckless, foolish plan, but somehow it worked. That's how we feel most of the time, I think, with our plans. I did it. Master Chai, I believe I owe you an apology. Your plan to replenish Yulmore's food stores showed forethought and sound judgment. What's more, it is plain your time at Dallas Stoneworks has equipped you to lead, as evidenced by the extraordinary company you keep. You, sir, are more than qualified to be the next mayor of Yulmore. I thank you for your vote of confidence, but the fact remains I am wholly ignorant of the world of politics, which is why I would ask you to join me and grant Yulmore the benefit of your counsel. I would be honored. When the people behold these Talos, I have no doubt they will lend you their support. It would seem Yulmore's leadership is at last in capable hands. Would you not agree? You'll probably be getting back soon, Master Chai. Tinkered with the Talos and all that. Lady Chai's worried sick. Oh no, the elevator, that's so funny. It's so funny that the elevator is, I mean, I know it was made to be, but that it supports their weight. Right. They could just use it.
Right then, form a line and make for Yulmore.
Make for Yulmore. Looks so rusted too. Yeah, that would not be trusting the weight of those gigantic stone mechanisms on there. At least one at a time, maybe. All three of them and all of us. I'd be terrified.
Wicked white! Runaway Talos! Call the guard!
Fine.
Stay back! All of you!
Fine. Oh, she's gonna be so proud of him.
Is that? Darling, you're back.
But of course I'm back. You didn't see.
Dearest, I can't.
Oh, oh dear.
He just did. You broke him. That'd be so sad if he just died right there.
Oh, thank you.
darling. It's just the sight of you filled me with such joy, I couldn't help myself.
Oh, no, it's all right, dear. I should have just come out and said what it was I was intending, instead of entrusting the task to a hastily scribbled letter.
Yeah, probably.
Does that mean you'll do it?
Well, I'm here, aren't I? I mean, not that my absence signified any unwillingness, you understand? Oh, no, naught could be further from the truth. I only left to enlist the aid of the former mayor's senior advisor.
Just like saying that, like over breakfast, like, hey, I'm gonna go seek out someone to help. Not running away, not leaving. Not dead somewhere.
And now that I have it, I believe I am ready to take office.
Oh, how wonderful!
Dearest, please.
Nice. Nice and cute. Cute and nice. Nice cute patch. That was quite a reception. One Master Chai will struggle to forget. More seriously, the arrival of the Talos has seized the public's attention. Once word is spread around Yulmore, it will be that much simpler to gather one and all so that Master Chai can make his inaugural address. No need to fret, Mechanics. I have never felt better. And not at all overawed by the prospect of addressing the assembled masses of Yulmore. As for where to do it, or to accommodate everyone who might feasibly wish to attend, I suppose the only place large enough would be the Emergent. Then I will go and spread word among the citizens, both free and bonded. They are to assemble there to meet their new mayor. You there, Kaishir, was it? Would you go and inform the residents of Gatetown and the derelicts? Of course I will. Good lad. I will let the guards know not to bar the way to Fothry's chambers. It goes without saying that I expect the Warrior of Darkness to attend. Assuming she's available, might as well see it through to the bitter end, eh? The doorman at the Crown Lift will show you up. Chat in. Alright, we're gonna teleport there, even though we're literally right there. I don't care. I'm gonna take a super quick restroom break. I've already still got a little less than half of this left, so I don't need to make any coffee, so I'll be back in just a quick second. Okay. Alright. Let's go. Yes. Master Chai told us to expect you. The emergent is already filling up with people of all persuasions. Free and bonded, citizens and non-citizens. But for you, our guest of honor, we have reserved a place at the front. Right this way, miss.
Go on, dear.
Thank you all for gathering here today.
But before going any further, could I ask the free citizens of Yulmore to look around? "'Tis a sight none of us would ever have seen under Lord Forthree's rule.
Very true.
Not only do we stand in the familiar presence of those we once called the Bonded, but today we welcome the peoples of the Derelicts and Gate Town too. Today we welcome the Warriors of Darkness, come to bear witness to Yulmore's new beginning. As you know, an election was recently held, at the end of which I had the honor of being chosen to succeed Lord Forthree. You place great faith in me, and I promise to do my utmost to live up to your expectations, and I will seek always to carry out the duties of this office with integrity and fairness. Always, I say, but not forever. Let it be known that I do not intend to hold this post indefinitely. I consider myself but an acting mayor, who will serve only for the interim, while Yulmore is reshaped according to a new set of values.
Sure. I get where he's coming from, I guess.
No longer can we think of ourselves as divided, as the free and the bonded, citizens and non-citizens. The systems put in place by Lord Forthree must be undone. But even as we tear down the old, we must give thought to the new. To what manner of nation Yulmore should become. Whatever the answer may be, it cannot be decided by one man alone. And so I propose that an open forum be held, that we might all discuss how best to strive towards a better future. However, there can be no talk of the morrow unless we first address the issues of today. Securing new sources of food, rebuilding relations with our neighbors, re-establishing industry. There is much and more that needs to be done. Too much for a mere man of business. And so I pledge instead to do everything in my power to ensure our city's security and stability while we all work together to see these problems solved. The road before us will not be easy, and I know full well how daunting the prospect of honest labor may seem to some of you. But we must accept the reality of our circumstances. We must move forward. This much we owe to ourselves and to the brave heroes who risked their lives to bring back the night. Once we have shored up our city's foundations and regained some semblance of normality, let us reconvene to speak of the future. Until then, I humbly ask that you lend me and each other your strength for Yulmore!
You okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry. Music starts out so strong and Yulmore almost sounds like combat music. I thought something like crazy was going on when we showed up here again. I forgot what it sounded like. My load times are taking a minute recently, especially coming out of cutscenes. Doesn't help Yulmore is the level 80 hub, so lots of people in a small area. Yeah, I've noticed how very busy it is. It's nice though. It's definitely a fun place to be able to gather. Liking the story so far? Yeah, I'm loving the story so far. There's always a little bit of downtime in the patches, but I'm really enjoying it. I love it. So excited to see where everything goes. That was a fine speech, Master Chai. I believe your words stirred every soul in attendance. Stir them to action, I hope. If I learned anything from all of this, it is that change begins with the individual. It is but a matter of finding the strength to take the first step. Assuming my fellow Gilmorans can, it should be my honor and privilege to help them walk this road we have chosen. But we must not forget the individuals who made all of these changes possible. Me. Alfie. Within my power, I would carve a tribute to your heroism into the very stone upon which this city stands. We could do that if you want. I hate to change the subject, darling, but now that you have officially taken office, have you given any thought to your mayoral seat? We will not be moving into the emergent, dearest. It's too big for one thing, and too far from the people for another. We will retain our current residence, and I will govern here in the parlor. Oh, I was hoping you'd say that. I much prefer the view from the parlor. There's a lot of bad memories up there, I feel like. I'd imagine. Begging your pardon, Master Chai, but have you got time for a word? Yes. Yes, of course. Ethenbet? Hi, that's me. I liked your speech. But there's folk outside these walls that don't even have enough food to last till tomorrow, and more who are counting their crumbs. If you've a plan to change that, I want to help set some things in motion. Then we've much to discuss. No sooner do I take office than my work begins in earnest. Well, I suppose I brought it upon myself. Thank you again for your help, Buconics. Hope to see you again before long. What a day. I don't know what it means exactly, but I do know I've got plenty to think about. Since we all have a great deal to consider, I had resolved to remain here until such time as Yulmore's future was secured, but it is clear to me now that the city is in capable hands. Aw, I'm glad it's a good place to be now because it's so pretty. I have every confidence that they will find their way, and I believe it is time we went on ours. I think so. It's like wrapping up a patch here, if I'm not mistaken. Moving forward. So Alphinaud's leaving too, is he? Seems like everyone's moving on. Everything's changing. I've been thinking about what I should do in all of this. Like I told you, I spent most of my life dreaming about living here with my friends in paradise. That paradise is gone, but something better has taken its place, and I reckon I want to be part of it. This Yulmore for the people Master Chai's been going on about ain't gonna build itself, after all. Not that I'm much of a builder. Me and my friends will find a way to make a difference, though. I'll keep things changing for the better. A far nobler dream than the one which you clung to before, and I'm happy to say we share. Whatever path you choose, I will pray for your success. Well, when you put it like that, there's no going back now, is there? We've got a few ideas on how we can do our bit. Just a matter of taking the first step. Yahoo! 1 slot in my inventory. Great. If you don't mind, we're probably gonna go drop off that. Well, actually, we don't have to go to her. I always feel like I have to go to my apartment to use that, but I don't. And I filled up my saddlebag too, haven't I? Oh, I said I'd never fill up my saddlebag again. Okay. So would this be... We didn't get an achievement, but we did get an orchestrion, so... I'm not sure if it's a new patch, but... It's only like barely 9 o'clock, so... We'll see what else we get done. Really, to see Kai share... thus inspired by our actions is simply inspiring in itself. Yet, however much I may wish to stay and see what comes of his efforts here in Yulmore, we have matters of our own to attend to. Come, we should return to the Crystal Tower. Mayhap Becklug's studies have borne fruit in our absence. Somewhere a little less crowded, at least. Things may load a bit better. I did not mean to. That's literally where I am. It would have been so funny if I didn't notice. Okay. I feel like I can guess where we're headed. Yeah, the ocular. Yahoo! Welcome back. We are given to understand a new mayor has taken office in Yulmore. Indeed, our good friend Master Chai was elected by popular vote and, after some considerable soul searching, chose to accept the post. It is a shame you weren't able to attend his inaugural speech, though I have no doubt you will see more of him in the future. But tell me, how fared you in preparing the white aura site? I forgot what we were actually doing here. Our work did not proceed quite as expected. In your absence, we had a frank discussion on the principles of soul transference, and concluded at length that white aura site was ill-suited for our purposes. That's unfortunate. But, Ranger, did you not say that, compared to the massy soul of an Ascian, the stone could house one of ours with ease? That I did. And armed as we are with Becklug's invaluable insight, would indeed prove a trifling matter were we to disregard the oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Were we to disregard the inviolable link twixt mind and soul, a link which would, we did belately realize, be weakened most perilously in the process of rendering our souls dormant, as our sight doth require. Thus, the shedding of these fleshy simulacra and the surfeit of ether which comprises them would, in all likelihood, deprive us of our psyches as well. That's not good. It would, theoretically, be possible to channel your minds into the aura site instead, but we would more than likely sacrifice your souls in the process. Which is why we have abandoned that plan, and instead devoted our time to finding a means by which mind and soul might be transported together. And we are no closer to a solution than when we first began. It is a vexing conundrum indeed, but one for which the Crystal Exarch has posited a most intriguing solution. When our discussions turned to the transference of memories and the psyche, I could not help but be reminded of a technique with which I have personal experience. Euconix, do you recall what we learned of my eyes from our encounter with Doga and Nune? I speak of the royal eye of the Allegan imperial line, gifted to my forebears through the blood and memories of the ancient Allegans. It is by this gift that I am able to control the Crystal Tower. Lucky you can. How would any of this work? If we were to gain an understanding of the technology by which the Allegans were able to accomplish this transference, perhaps then we could keep mind and soul together. Imagine, if you will, a device like unto a soul crystal, replete not only with our worldly memories, but also the bountiful energies of the soul. That is our current avenue of investigation, and we will follow it wheresoever it leads. While we are thus engaged, I think it best that Muconix return to the source and inform Krylova and the others of our findings. Agreed. I imagine Tataru will be relieved to hear we've made progress of a sort. We made progress, and then backwards progress, and then some new progress. Then I would beg leave to relay our findings unto Thancred and Reen, and to assist where I may in their investigation of the empty. A little worried about them out there. We haven't seen them in a while. Yes, please do. Should we have any need of your counsel, we will not hesitate to summon you. With that, I bid you adieu. Give our regards to Tataru, won't you? Alright, going through here. I'm gonna do it the immersive way, I guess. At least for that much. And we're just gonna teleport to the Revenant Stool. Unique music there. I like it. Really kind of gives a feeling of going somewhere else, you know? Hello. Maybe that will pop up in a moment. It's a bit busy out here after all. Wow. That's funny. My Choco. Out in a while. Let her stretchy legs. If only for a moment. Ta-ta. Alright. Muconix, you're back. How did everything go in the first? Wait, don't tell me. I will be here shortly, and she'll want to hear too. She's just tending to the others. Their bodies, I mean. I don't think I'll ever get used to saying that. Anyway, you can tell us everything the moment she gets here. Boy. I hope this is just because it's the end of a patch. Nothing bad's gonna happen. I'm sure it's fine. Upon speaking with Tataru, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Alright, let's go. Please don't be a bad thing.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Put these play since there's a lot of them. Just pause it if I need to.
I've carried out the treatment as per Master Matoya's instructions. It should slow the destabilization of their corporeal ether quite significantly.
Good.
But tell me, how fare our friends in the first?
So this Becklug's the first to lead an authority on Soulcraft, are they? Sounds promising.
Mm-hmm.
And Urianger's proffered solution of white auracite is rather ingenious now that I think of it. Well, while they press on with their preparations, you may rest assured we will continue to do our part here.
Oh, you're back.
Justinian.
And none the worse for wear, I see.
Estinian! Oh, thank the gods! We've been worried sick. Did you lose your link pearl or something?
This is some good news I've been waiting for.
The situation in Garlemald has become more complicated. I was making my escape from the capital when I ran into one of yours, Riol. He thought it best we come straight here.
Wow. Wow, it's
More
Justinian.
complicated how?
Wow.
Where to begin?
Justinian.
After entering the Empire via Razat Han, I went about my mission of investigating Black Rose. It was then, inside a provincial factory, that I encountered the one who styles himself Shadow Hunter, Gaius Baelsar. Our goals being apparently aligned, we joined forces and ventured on into the heart of the capital, to the very Imperial Palace itself. There, we found a man whom all assumed dead.
I like how my character's learning about this, but I know because I was watching the cutscene. Man, I'm so glad
But
to
his
see.
soul lives on, and he has wrested back his flesh. Xenos ye Galvus.
I know, I saw. Said what?
Nor did the surprises end there, for no sooner had we arrived than he murdered his sire in cold blood. The Emperor is dead. This sent Gaius into a rage, and he charged in, blade drawn.
Oh no.
What's wrong?
We shouldn't be getting one of those. What's the last time our character actually got to see Estinian? That smiley face looks ominous, so we're roast. I'm already worried enough. I'm super happy to see Estinian though. Should I be? Oh, jeez. Look, we have these going and then... Oh my gosh, sorry. That's why I don't have them just auto. For what good it will do. Black Wolf and the Azure Dragoon. I suppose this might suffice. Come then. A lot happening. Ah, the simple pleasures of one's own flesh. Truly, there is no place like home. Abomination. Whatever he is, Euconix was barely a match for him. We stay here much longer. Emperor Varus, your radiance. Are you alright? No, he's not. We may wear out our welcome. Go, go, go. Your radiance. No. Must even the most middling of sport be spoiled? The world conspires to bore me. But I have no cause to remain. I leave these vermin to you. Xenos! Xenos! Well, any bright ideas? One. Just one. Yeesh, indeed. Radiance. The intruders have taken flight. I repeat, the intruders have taken flight. Deploy all available Magitech armor. We cannot let them escape. They're escaping. Sorry to tell you. Justinian's with me. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh, jeez. Hang on. Let me read the attacks, please. I can't even see them. They're covered up. I have that bar in the wrong place. Oh no, they're down here. They're just attacking me. Okay, that's fine. The little triple thing. We got this. And we can heal ourselves a little bit. Alright, this is what I get for never delving into some classes. Yeah. Save that heal for when I really need it. Use that. Oh shit. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Focus on the Imperial Guard first? Right. Praetorianus. It's not funny. Gosh. You take G poses in these? Oh, Estinian, you're so fancy. Estinian, the fancy boy. That's okay. We don't have to. I would just like to know that I can. Do you need me to replay these? Oh my goodness. Estinian. I'll see you outside. Stay safe. Okay, where am I going? Outside? This looks like an exit or an entrance. Okay, not the way to go. Sorry, I do just want one quick G-pose. Okay. That will suffice. Just one quick little fancy Estinian. Such a fancy man. Yeah, that's he's posed a little boring. I just wanted the opportunity. I guess we're to head up that way. At least they make the path pretty clear. It's a connecting corridor. Oh, this looks very nice. Oh no, we could take such a nice one here, but I really don't want to waste all the time. It's okay. Isn't Estinian being added to the trust system in 6.0, I think? I feel like I saw something about that. Well, someone's been busy. God. Okay. And you would bar my way, would you? So be it. Oh, Estinian. Nidhogg, lend me your strength. Alright. Interesting. Horrifying, actually. More so. Okay, we have more things now. Good, now that we just learned everything. Alright, then we got an LB. Whatever the portion of damage dealt is 8. Good. Time. Put that on. Right. Interesting. Okay, let's try it. Hope it goes right. It doesn't look like we have a heal thing anymore, which is great. Love that. Love that. Put that back on, please. Thank you, Estinian. Yeah, kind of a little worried that we don't have that heal anymore, but that's fine. I don't know what the differences that means. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna do fine. Alright, this is our AoE correctly. Ah! Jeez, what other things? I don't see other things. It says other things, but I don't see them. Hi! Oh. Jesus. Get back on. Oh goodness. Get out of the way. Oh, that's right, one of them Which one is the one that turns HP? Okay, it's this one. I need to use that a lot. God damn. Oh, there's other things now. That's where the other things were. Awesome. Good thing I knew that so that I could be targeting them. Jesus shit, we're gonna die. Come on. Come on, Estinian. You got it. Come on. Come on. I'm very focused. Okay, and how am I supposed to get them? Oh, it's just the attacks he's using? Jesus. Fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I need to use this one because it turns like damage into health for me or some shit. I don't remember. Doing fine. It's fine. Okay, he killed. Whatever. That back on. Oh my god. What? Fuck. Let me kill it. Why can't I kill it? Oh my goodness. Sorry for being absolute dog shit at this. Literally. We could go ahead and get that LB ready, Estinian, that'd be nice. Oh my god. Ah. Fuck. Bro. Oh my goodness. Do the what? What are you doing? Stop. Do nothing. Sorry, it's making me very anxious. Ah, fuck. Come on, Estinian, please. Estinian, please. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Fuck. Look at my health. Not even funny. There you go, Estinian. Kick some ass. That was close. That was super fucking close. Sorry about that. Damn. Stressful. But hey, we got it. Garleans and their Machina. Sheena. Now, where are you guys? Go find him. Oh, we're still not done. Okay, we are. I was gonna say, we still have the opportunity to fail that. Goodness.
Are you alright?
When I'm not there, I still have to do the fighting.
Peer into my past, did you?
Maybe. Like, literally not on purpose.
Well, I didn't quite relive the experience as you did, but I bore witness to it all.
I'm still not sure what I think of this gift of yours. But no matter. Our confrontation was cut short when the Imperial Guard arrived. It was then that Xenos took his leave, citing boredom.
To think their research into the Echo could bear such fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Escaping death, jumping from one body to the next, and returning to his own after all this time. He is an Ascian in all but name.
Yeah. So.
It beggars belief, aye. But no more than a hero traversing the rift between worlds. My concerns are far more prosaic. With the Emperor dead and the Crown Prince missing, the Empire is in disarray. Until order is restored, assuming it even possible, we needn't fear an Imperial reprisal. And for reasons of his own, Xenos took it upon himself to rid the world of Black Rose. Riol has already gone to apprise the Alliance leaders of these developments. We may leave the matter in their hands for now.
Then perhaps we have seen the last of the fighting at Gimlet. Though, if it comes to civil war, I cannot help but fear for the provinces. Ah, I'd nearly forgotten to ask. What became of Gaius? Did he not escape with you?
That he did, but we parted ways shortly after leaving Garlemald. He claimed another threat had arisen which demanded his attention.
That sounds good, bestie.
He didn't elaborate,
Bestinian?
but the absence of some device or other in the capital gave him reason to believe they're planning something. Lest you worry, I believe he has well and truly shed the Black Wolf's pelt. Conquest is no longer his objective. We may safely leave him to his own devices.
Maybe I thought that until you said that, and now I have reason to not think that.
Well, it's nice to have one less foe to worry about, even if we do have a mysterious new threat to look out for instead. Speaking of which, I'll see that Riol and Al Shinobi are made aware. Though we still know next to nothing, it can't hurt to be vigilant.
True.
Well then, with Black Rose nipped in the bud, I believe I've fulfilled my part of the bargain.
That's true, but with the Archon still slumbering away, we were hoping you might agree to stay with us for a little bit longer.
Sorry, but I'm not inclined to extend my contract. Gaius isn't the only one with business to attend to.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for your help then, Estinian. I see why Alphino admires you so.
Farewell, my friend. See that you don't make a habit of dozing off in battle.
Well, that's nice. I thought he was gonna leave without saying anything to me.
I suppose we should all be getting on then. As ever, we will see to the Archon's needs. In the meantime, why not get some rest? You've more than earned it. Go on.
You must be shattered after all that hopping back and forth between worlds. Why not stay here and rest for a while? I'm sure Becklug could manage without you. You've got enough science to help them, if you ask me. Guess so. This feels like a meanwhile. Shit. Man. Felt that one strongly. Traitors? You would dare deny Lord Nerva the throne? Oh boy. Ah. Things are not good here. Onward. Before this day is done, victory shall be ours. A whole ass war out here. Power vacuum in the Empire. Yeah. It's not looking good. His hair looks stringy on the ends, I'll say it. It looks fine at the top, but what is with the ends? They're a little split. Boring, boring, boring. Do you think? Oh man. Who do you think's talking to him? You think? I find it amusing. Like dogs herding cattle to the slaughterhouse. At Hugh, your soul is... Who are you? Before your majesty, I am but another dog, lost in want of a new master. Hunting dog, if you should wish it so. For I know full well the prey you would seek out. Speak next. Zodiark. Huh. Oh good, another Yulmore. Another meanwhile. Another Yulmore. Things are getting worrying in the plot. Except here, I guess. Did you hear? The mayor's reopening to Dallas Stoneworks, and they're looking for laborers. Always creating jobs. There's talk of resettling some of the old abandoned villages too. Or even laying on free Talos to help anyone willing to make the move. Free Talos? We best get packing. Steady work, board and lodging. If that's not a recipe for hope, I don't know what is. Yay! Please let things keep going well. Hope? Yes, so long as I yet live, I would see that feeble flame rekindled. What the fuck? It is my destiny to see our dream fulfilled. What? Okay, now we've finished the patch. Besties. of virtuous deeds. Huh. That's interesting. Huh. Lots to take in there. Okay, well, I guess we will start a little bit of the next one. We're not too. Oh my gosh. You see Ramba? Yay. I was glad for your return, though it remains to be seen if she. Why am I reading that like it's dialogue? So tired. Coffee bucket? Not helping as much as you think. Mechanics. My, what a pleasant surprise. If you've come to inquire after the Archons, fear not. Master Matoy's treatment has proven effective in stabilizing their corporeal aether. We mustn't grow complacent, however. Potent though these magics may be, they are not without limits. We can only hope they afford us enough time for the Crystal Exarch to complete its work. If only we could go with you to the first and help. Pardon the interruption, but I come bearing urgent news. Huh. Mechanics, it has been far too long, my friend. Interesting. Forgive me, I don't believe we've been formally introduced. Maxima, former Garlean ambassador. I remain here in Eorzea under the hopes of auspices with Commander Alden, offering what counsel I can in the hopes of resolving the present conflict with the Empire. Plot is going places. Oh my goodness. The end of that patch was so much. Yes. I've heard stories of a defector from Garlemald, but never mind that. You said you had urgent news? Indeed. As you may have heard, the Imperial capital is in turmoil, and a sizable portion of the Garlean forces have been recalled from the Gimlet Dark. With their numbers so greatly diminished, the main host of the Alliance has withdrawn, leaving the Alamegan resistance to keep watch over the border. And it is there we have welcomed a most unexpected visitor who claims that this de-escalation may allay growing dangers and unforeseen threats. Commander Alden has arranged for an impromptu meeting to discuss these revelations. He has also requested a representative of the Scions attend as well, though it was clear whom he wished I extend this invitation. It would seem time is of the essence. Well, you'll not be attending this meeting alone, though I am not as well versed in the affairs of city-states as our comrades. I see no reason to burden a single Scion with all of this. Well, it's a good thing I'm here right now. I wasn't a while ago. Yes, of course. We must make for the Alamegan quarter with all haste. Well, what are you waiting for? Get going, you two. All right. So much happened at the end of that one there. Always get lost trying to get in here. Okay. Ooh, sightseeing. That looks interesting to get to. I don't think we'll ever not get lost here, but it's okay. Commander Alden awaits us in the royal palace. You would follow me? Okay. We get to see him in a minute. That's exciting. Mm.
They're here, Commander.
Yep, sure you can see that.
And I, for one, am grateful that they are. Told you've been busy since our paths last crossed at the Gimlet Dark.
Little bit busy.
I understand half of it. When the science spoke of other worlds, I'd struggled to describe what I pictured. Mayhap things would seem clearer were I to hear the tale from your own lips. But I'm afraid the situation will not afford us that luxury. I trust you two require no introduction.
We meet again, hero of Eorzea. Must we repeat this ridiculous display? I pose no threat to you, though what I come to warn you of very well might.
Had he meant to do us harm, I hazard he would have kept to the shadows and brought more than 2 companions.
Maybe that's what he wants you to think.
We need not pretend to be the best of friends, but I hope we can put aside our differences for the present.
I realize this mug covers my entire face.
As you are doubtless aware, Sir Estinian and I cooperated to rid the world of Black Rose in your absence.
I feel like I was off vacationing.
Our journey together took us as far as the Imperial Palace, where we witnessed Emperor Varus meet his death at Xenos' hand. Being the sole witnesses to this crime, and in no position to defend our innocence, we were then forced to flee, each pursuing his own avenue of escape. When we were later reunited, Estinian claimed to have encountered an unfamiliar kind of machina during his flight. But to me, his description seemed anything but, and upon further investigation, I found that I was right. The Empire is developing a new Ultima weapon.
Yay, so great.
What, that Allagan monstrosity, created to vanquish primals, with which you yourself once thought to conquer Eorzea?
The same. In my foolishness, I sought to harness its power, and became the Ascian's pawn in so doing.
When in doubt, more giant robots. That seems to be what they think, yeah.
But you know as well as I how that tale ended.
Get a new plan, right?
The weapon itself, excavated from beneath this very city, was destroyed ere we could fully unravel its secrets, and that should have been the end of it. But unlikely as it sounds, the Empire's efforts to recreate it have somehow borne fruit, primarily through secret research conducted by the 7th Imperial Legion, it would seem.
Wait, the 7th was all but annihilated at Cartano, along with its legatus.
Indeed. Few survived. The 7th, as it is now, has little in common with the Legion led by Vandarnis, and its leadership has changed hands several times since. Precisely how this project has continued despite such turmoil, and under whose auspices, remains a mystery. What we do know, however, is that a number of prototypes have been produced, and that one of them is on its way to Eorzea.
Oh. Yay.
We attempted to stop it, but it was all we could do to slow its progress, so we resolved instead to bring you warning.
If I was playing as Justinian and he was the only one there, who's we?
And right glad are we that you did, though it soundly dashed our hopes that tensions might ease at last.
As it is, we've begun to strengthen our presence in the Gimlet Dark, and are assembling a force to meet the coming threat. A force with you in its vanguard, I hope. Before you say anything, I know full well you have pressing concerns of your own. Your comrades remain in peril, and I would not ask you to forsake them. But the fact remains that you, and you alone, have faced the Ultima weapon, and emerged victorious. We need you.
I'm gonna spend this patch in the source, maybe? For majority?
And so, when the time comes, if your comrades can spare you, I bid you lend us your strength. I've assigned an officer to await your word.
He said, hello, that's me.
The Ascian's downfall was to be the work of my remaining days. But it was my hand that kindled these flames, and I cannot allow them to spread any further. I will do what I must to see this mistake consigned to history once and for all, even if it means begging your aid. The Fates will enjoy the irony, even as I endure the ignominy.
I too shall make for the border and offer my skills, meager though they seem in such company. Mayhap we shall meet there anon.
Mayhap. This is the opening of the Shadowbringers side trials. Nice.
Though we can ill afford to
That's
ignore
exciting.
the coming of a new Ultima weapon, our friends' plight grows ever more precarious, and none save you can join them in the first. I only hope you are not forced to make a choice.
There's story trials, and then after the main story, there's an optional set of trials, mostly used to get weapons throughout the patches. Very nice. I always wondered what the difference was intended for. Very fun. I love knowing that new fun things are being set up. As ever, the way forward is paved with difficult decisions. We can ill afford to ignore the threat of a new Ultima weapon, but with each passing day, the plight of the Scions grows ever more perilous. If you cannot stay for a debriefing on the Ultima weapon, I will not stop you. I only ask that you confer with me before returning to the first. Gotcha. So I'm guessing since that just switched, that maybe his little unlock quest is for the optional set of trials to start. I'll have to pick those up. And it'll lead to the first trial. Cool. I'll have to remember that. I take it you're ready to return to the first? And I would ask that you appraise the others of recent events here in the source, namely Xenos' return and the development of a new Ultima weapon. As for their bodies, you may assure them Master Matoy and I will continue doing what we can to keep their corporeal aether stable. Safe travels, Muconix. I hope to see you and the other scions soon. Would be nice. I have to pick that up. Maybe we'll have a fun trial day or something. Have business with the Crystal Exarch? Oh, why do I always read it as dialogue? I always forget. Where'd me voice go? You've come at a most opportune time, my friend. I've made something of a breakthrough in my research on the soul, and it means to return the Scions home. Trust you too have been making good use of your time? Yes. Ill tidings from the source, you say? And how will some of the others, that we might all be appraised of the situation? In Shadowbringers, it's the four guardians. Uzaku, Seiryu, Aku, Gembu. Okay, gotcha. Heaven's Word, it's a primal sealed in Azizla. Cool. I'll have to do those too. So behind. There's so much stuff that I just didn't unlock. It's hard to pick what to do. Or when to do it, I guess.
Now that we are all here, what news from the source?
Not good.
A new Ultima weapon. We must count ourselves lucky that Gaius has pledged his assistance.
While this is indeed a worrying development, I think the state of the Empire as a whole greater grounds for concern. With the Emperor slain and Xenos returned, it is impossible to predict how matters will unfold in Garlemald. The Ultima weapon may be but the first of many unpleasant surprises.
I didn't know if I finished this, but I did. I still feel exhausted.
The situation beareth closer observation, of that there is no doubt, and doth compound our need to return unto the source.
Then let us address that issue. Our long search for a means to see you safely home may well be nearing its conclusion. Thanks in large part to Urianger and Beklug's invaluable insight, we have succeeded in fashioning a vessel for the journey.
We set out to create a crystalline container retaining the more useful properties of white aurosite, but without its regrettable limitations. And after a good deal of trial and error, we made one.
I just remembered I'm supposed to be saving the patch. Well, maybe we'll figure out something else we can do Wednesday, like we were talking about the optional trials. Maybe we'll do something else.
An ark for soul and mind both, that will allow your incorporeal self in its entirety to be ferried between worlds. A spirit vessel, if you will.
However?
Though the vessel is possessed of the requisite qualities to hold mind and memory, it wanteth yet for a means to receive of them. For that, we must needs imbue it with the Exarch's innate gift.
A gift that lives on only through the blood of the Allagan Emperors, which certainly does not flow within aurosite or any other crystal.
Just so, milady. The blood serveth as a conduit of sorts. In its absence, memory cannot pass from mind unto mind, nor from flesh unto crystal.
In Shadowbringers, there's also the Monster Hunter crossover. Oh shit, really? I thought that was like a limited time thing. I just assumed it was like a limited event. Yeah, maybe we'll do that Wednesday. That sounds fun. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I thought that was like a limited time thing that I'd probably just missed out on. Thought I had missed my chance. Nice.
That being the case, we must either alter the process of inheritance so as to require no such thing, or determine a means by which my blood may permeate the vessel. I am hopeful that the records found within this tower will yield the knowledge we require to pursue one or the other of these avenues.
As well you should be. The Allagan's body of etherological research is extraordinary. I can scarce believe it the work of ages past. But its underlying principles are not so very different from those of my own field of study. Given time, we will find the answers we seek.
I know that you can ill afford to wait, and it pains me that I must ask you to do so. I can only reaffirm my promise to you that a solution will be found. Whatever it takes, I will see you safely home.
My apologies.
Oh no, what's happening?
I do hope you haven't come to tell us that mortal peril fast approaches.
No. Hope not.
I had hoped to speak with the Warrior of Darkness. But there is no need to cut short your meeting on my account. I will be waiting outside.
Why not speak in here? She knows I don't mind. Unless she didn't want to.
Perhaps I might accompany you. Though I am woefully ill-qualified to assist in the Exarch's research, I may yet be of some use to Lena.
Nope, it's in full, much like Monster Hunter World. There's a behemoth now. Nice. I picked up Monster Hunter kind of late. That world. Anyways, probably no more than like, it was a matter of months ago. But yeah, I haven't got that far in it. I keep saving a lot of stuff on my PS4 thinking that I'm gonna want to wait till I can stream it with like a capture card, but alright, that's the beginning of a new quest. I really want to save some of the patches. I don't want to breeze through all of the MSQ we have left until Endwalker. And honestly, the Monster Hunter crossover, it sounds pretty fun to do Wednesday. I will have to take some time to plan that. I'd really like to save some of the main story. And I gotta go through my inventory. I feel like it's been a while since we ended a stream around 10. But I don't know, I want to save some story. I want to plan what I really want to do Wednesday. Got some prerequisites for things to unlock. I really need to sort out my inventory because we're hardly going to be able to do anything if we have no space to put anything. And honestly, I'm really, really, really tired. I would do good with some dinner. I've still been on here for a little over 3 hours now, so I unfortunately couldn't take the weekend to get my sleep schedule in order because I had a lot of stuff to deal with. So I'm hoping that tonight and through Tuesday I can kind of get that work done and I can come back feeling even more energized. Probably not with a bucket of coffee. Wednesday, only a day away. But yeah, I think just so that I can make sure I have some time to sort out some stuff on here before I get too tired. I'll probably end it here tonight. I know I've been on here for quite a bit longer. I've been going much closer to 4 hours most nights, but I think tonight I just don't have it in me. I'm really glad I got to get on here and stream though. Can't let anything stop me. I'm glad I got on here and got some sense of normalcy after I only had like 1 day less on the weekend because normally I have Saturdays off anyways, but it felt strange to be gone for 2 days. I will be excited to be here Wednesday and we'll find something real fun to do. And we'll try and save the patches, which is what we were supposed to be doing. We were only supposed to be doing MSQ Friday to have something calm to do. So we'll find something fun, get some rest, the games will wait. Yeah, I know. I never think they will, but they will. But I hope everyone has a really good night. Thanks for hanging out with me. I enjoyed my return to some normal things. I'm gonna put my little socials in here as I always do. Have a good night. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for hanging out in the stream, Morris. I always appreciate it. You have a good night too. I hope everyone's night is great. I appreciate everyone hanging out so much. It means a lot to me. We can just hang out and chill today. And I will have something real fun on here planned for Wednesday. And I will see you guys then. Everyone have a really nice night. Bye! Have a good night, everyone. Bye. I'll just put it on Be Right Back.